Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, this is not how they envision the start of the season. It's still very early, but they have to be worried about how they're matching up against other clubs. The inconsistent effort level. They could really use a win tonight for their confidence. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Timberwolves continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. They're still compensating for the loss of Hassan Whiteside.
Boy, you know when you lose a glass eater like him, Kevin, that puts more pressure and more responsibility on the whole team to kind of have to do it by committee. Everybody's going to have to go in there and up the ante when it comes to rebounding.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The two #1 picks, Wiggins and Towns, are the forward positions. Holiday out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Valanciunas in at the center. Now here's Towns. Here's Beal. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Beal's got the first points of the night for the Timberwolves. A lot of people, Steve, talk about the length of the season, 82 games. Do you think the league will ever reduce that number?
No, I don't think so. I think the commissioner's done an excellent job of trying to spread out games. He's cut down the back-to-backs, and so it's given some guys some much-needed rest, and I think they look at the travel schedule. So I don't think they ever want to reduce the number of games. The league is going well right now with 82.
And you've got to keep, Steve, the regular season relevant.
Yes.
Don't you? It's got to matter. It's got to matter.
I think so, and I think that's the reason why. I think they might change the playoff format, but I don't think they would change the regular season.
Now George, after the missed three from Karl Anthony Towns. Down low, Towns with the steal. to the inside, and Wiggins throws it down.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 4-point game. Pass to Richardson. Outside, George. 5 to shoot. Over Wiggins. And that one goes long. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, obviously, this was the strategy coming in. Feed him the rock and let him go to work.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first personal foul. On defense, the Timberwolves. George with the bucket.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
And Holiday kicks to Valanciunas. They get a hand on it. George looking over the floor. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And that Unleashed Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Towns kicks to Wiggins. Now the pass to Beal. Paul George grabs the miss.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Richardson gets a wide open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Now Wiggins. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Now here's Towns. 29 points for him last game against the Lakers. That's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. George against Wiggins. Here's George. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Now here's Wiggins. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Towns dishes to Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Beal taking his time here. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop.
Clearly a foul.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. 2. That one drops. He ties it up. And the Timberwolves making a change here. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
Some of the numbers here for Paul George. Coming off a terrific season. 8th in scoring, 12th in three-point field goal percentage, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Bates Diop, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw tonight.
One shot.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here's Nurkic, 9 points last game. Outside, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Oladipo. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Oladipo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
And Beal kicks to Towns. No good off the back of the rim. The Heat have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
That free throw good from George. And both free throws good for Paul George.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Holiday with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Pulls it up. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Heat on offense. And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
When you take a look at that shot chart, The amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Some changes here for the Heat. Justice Winslow comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Richardson. So it's Miami now. And Oladipo kicks to Wade. Looking for George. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You know, he's had a handful of seasons in the top 10 in assists. Wade is a gifted passer.
Towns with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Wiggins inside the line. And Winslow pulls it down.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot. And this one was uncontested.
And it's George finishing it off.
Justice Winslow has done an excellent job of being unselfish and making the right play.
And Beal kicks to Holiday. To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Throw good. Wiggins. And both free throws good for Wiggins. The Heat with the lead. Oladipo finds Nurkic to the inside. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, he's never been one to settle. D. Wade will go right at you.
Holiday with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The dish now to Wiggins. Clock at 6. It's a hand on it, and it's Towns on the follow.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Oladipo. Hands it from downtown. Oladipo's got 7 points in the game. Here's Beal, trailing by 5. He kicks to Wiggins. Here's Towns. Miami grabs the miss. George with no one around. Off target from outside. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Minnesota. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
I was honestly shocked they let the lead go. They need to learn how to manage the clock and lead better as the season goes on.
6 to shoot. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 5. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he is curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Sounds like he really wants them getting after it at the defensive end.
And I expect to see them very active here early, contesting every shot and battling for every rebound.
It's a game plan that's going to take a lot of effort and energy. But if they can pull it off, it'll make things that much easier for them at the offensive end.
More and more, Steve, the NBA becoming about two-way players. Who are some of your favorites that fit that mold?
I think option number one is LeBron James. He does an excellent job, and obviously because of the load he's been carrying, it's been more, I would say, sided offensively, but he's capable. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. Draymond Green doesn't score much on the offensive end, but you know he does a lot of things as far as passing the basketball, setting screens. So some of those guys, and Kevin Durant lately has become one of those guys that you can count on blocking shots.
Love all those examples.
Some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns.
Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 19 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
They get it back. The Heat have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Holiday, the pass to Beal. The Timberwolves gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Wade's got a whole bag of tricks for finishing inside. Sometimes the floater is the right fit.
And the Timberwolves call time.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor. But that does take a lot of discipline.
A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. JaMychal Green comes in for George. And King subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Okogie stolen by Winslow. Wade outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. To the inside.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Pass to Winslow. Green in the post. Goes up with a stripe. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Timberwolves trail. Okogie, covered by Winslow. Pass to Valanciunas. Stolen by Winslow. And it's It's the Heat on the break. Wade with the ball over Jones and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Wade's got his third basket of the night. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. To the middle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jones has got his first basket of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. .119 left here in the opening quarter. King outside. 5 on the clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Miami, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And he makes the first. He's off on the second.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Wade against Jones. Okogie covered by Winslow. Back to Jones. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Timberwolves.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Clock is at 3. Here's Brown. Miami's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Wade passes to King. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
King. 2.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
They get the rebound. Konate up and in on the layup.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
The Heat with the lead. Now King. Passes to Wade. Good work defensively by Jones. Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Miami Heat. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
One step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
We've got Green. King is up there with Dwayne Wade. Then it's Winslow, and it's Adebayo in its center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now, here's Wade. His last outing, he had 8 points over Jones. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets.
And that game against the Cavaliers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
And taken away by Brown. One-on-one fast break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Justice Winslow. Steve, we know you're not going to become an official anytime soon, but is there a rule you would change in the NBA right now if you could?
Yeah, I look at the zone defense. I would love to go back where you're guarding your guy in some form or fashion. I know when I played, there was totally different rules about the legal defense.
Gentlemen,
and it was basically imaginary line right straight down the middle. If you crossed that line, you had to go and double team somebody. I look at it right now, there's teams that are so good, they're just kind of playing the zone, and it's forcing us to see teams take more three-point shots.
Good on the second, so he makes them both. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Wade against Jones. Inside. And so Miami again turning it over. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
You know, sometimes you just have to erase a game from your memory and move on. And I believe they have, and they will recover.
Okogie, covered by Winslow. Just 5 to shoot. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Wade's got 8 points.
Boy, Wade in his prime made a play like that just about every night.
Jones against Wade. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Okogie takes the 12-footer and hits. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Wade for 3. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Brown outside. Shoots from 14. Doesn't go for him. And Miami the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Okogie, covered by Winslow. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
And checking out the numbers for Wade, how he performed last season. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Okogie, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's King. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Now here's Jones. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Clock at 4. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Winslow wide open. He fires. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Good straight line speed makes Winslow a dangerous finisher on the break.
Outside, Jones kicks it to Valanciunas. Shot from 12. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Valanciunas has got his first bucket in this one. Miami leading by 3. Wade surveying the D. Outside, Green. Now the pass to Winslow. Miami needs to get a shot off. Green breaking loose. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a new group in for the Heat. Joakim Noah is checked in for Bam Adebayo. Paul George comes in for Justice Winslow. Josh Richardson's checked in for King. And it's Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. Now, here's George. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Beal against Richardson. Shot clock at 6. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. Higgins outside. Beal finds Holiday. Pass to Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Steve, the way JaMychal Green got a terrific story.
Went undrafted, Kevin, did the G League thing, bounced around, but then he started to put it all together. Now he's a guy you can count on to give you good minutes. Second foul. You don't want to pick up his third in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
Here's Beal. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. He gets it in there.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 3-point lead. And George kicks to Richardson. It's deflected. They retain possession.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. Great showing for him last season. 3rd in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he sported some of the quickest hands in the league last year, putting him top 3 in steals. He was consistently all over the basketball. That's good from Joakim Noah. Steve, when you look back at your career, which years do you remember playing your best brand of basketball?
You know, I think obviously when you're younger, you feel like you have more of an impact with your skill level to go along with your athleticism. I think my best run was about a 5 or 6 year run when I was playing with the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Those two teams, I think I had my best run.
Here's Beal. 5 points in the game. Outside, Towns. Back to Beal. To the paint. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Holiday against Oladipo. Holiday the pass to Towns. 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson spamming it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Minnesota calls timeout. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Third is Victor Oladipo.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Towns at the elbow. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his first foul. So it's the Timberwolves now. Towns dishes to Holiday. George against Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. The Heat leading by 5. And Oladipo kicks to Green. And George now top of the key. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8. Timberwolves trail by 7. Pass to Bates-Diop. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
The Heat have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
One shot behind the lanes.
And the free throw, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Outside, Beal from the arc. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
2 points, that one goes.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
It's stolen by Green. Here's George. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
Inside, stolen by Noah. Here's Oladipo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's his first personal foul.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Oladipo. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Miami. Bam Adebayo comes in for JaMychal Green. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Oladipo hits them both.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
And Beal kicks to Towns. Now here's Valanciunas. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers.
Also, you have to mention the rebounding, another area where he excels.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And that one drops for him.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Here's Holiday. Paul George making his last shot. He had a nice open look right there. Beal's got 8.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
And stolen by Wiggins. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. He kicks it to Richardson. Back to George. Shoots over Towns, and it's Miami with another.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Towns at the elbow. Feeds to Wiggins. Paul George with the steal. Oladipo goes in. Richardson no luck. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They get to take on the Magic in Orlando after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Oladipo finds George. Back to Oladipo. George against Wiggins. George passes to Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Passes it to Nurkic. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Those are the plays you want from Valanciunas on the defensive end. Didn't hesitate to challenge the shot.
Jones checked in for Wiggins. Timberwolves trail by 16. Holiday left side. Beal from long range. It's hauled in by the Heat. Oladipo's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Here's George. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. George has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
The pass to Valanciunas. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's where Valanciunas is a handful, inside and on the block.
And George kicks to Richardson. Pass to Nurkic. No good that time. Nice steal from Valanciunas. Beal gets a wide open look. Kept alive. Pass to Holiday. Jones looking for an opening. Outside Holiday. Oladipo with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Josh Okogie. Troy Brown.
Just 4 seconds left here in the second. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Miami ahead, up by 16. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, they made a run there at the end. How did that happen?
We didn't do a good job of closing the half. We got to contain them from not making shots. We just got to do a better job.
We'll see if you can do that. Thanks, Carl. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
He did a nice job reading their plays as they were developing. His anticipation was off the charts.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Jonas Valanciunas, Holiday out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Towns, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Tuesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Here's Valanciunas. Here's Towns. It's deflected. Holiday against Oladipo. And there's Paul George on the assist by Oladipo. And that's 23 points for Paul George. Timberwolves trail by 18. And Holiday kicks to Valanciunas. Holiday against Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Beal. Over Richardson. Beal's shot is good. Beal's got 10 points in the game. The Heat leading by 16. The feed to Oladipo. Here's Richardson. Okogie defended by George. Holiday looking for an opening. Shot clock at 6. And Beal kicks to Holiday. That 3 off the mark.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Oladipo finds George. And here's Nurkic. Over Valanciunas. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Oladipo. Left side, George. Oladipo against Holiday. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves trail by 16, and it's time for an injury report. Let's find out the news on Andrew Wiggins. David, what's the update?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer. He said that it's a bruised sternum and that he's in a considerable amount of pain. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon. And so Tom Thibodeau has got to have a timeout right now. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer.
Look now at some stats here for Holiday. Last year, getting it done. Averaged 18 points per, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
Towns kicks to Valanciunas. Clock at 6. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 13 points.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
The 3 from George. Rebound, Minnesota. Valanciunas has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside Holiday. Richardson against Beal. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
A technical foul has been called on the Heat.
The Timberwolves have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Here's Wiggins. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. To end the drought, Adebayo with the bucket. And the Heat lead by 13.
Well, not the best look they can get, but at the end of the day, it's all about shot making.
To the middle. Here's Towns. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 9 points in the game so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Adebayo passes to George. He can't hit that time. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. From deep. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. Miami leading by 11. From about 16. And there's Paul George on the assist by Oladipo. And now it's up to 25 points for Paul George. Holiday against Oladipo. And Holiday kicks to Towns. Back to Holiday. There's Beal with the 3. Rebound by the Heat. They led by as many as 18 points. Oladipo taking his time here. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Oladipo. over Holiday. Oladipo misses. Timberwolves trail by 13. Outside Holiday. Timberwolves passing it around. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his third foul of the game. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Adebayo. Outside for Beal. Wiggins trying to free himself up. And Bradley Beal with the three. Beal's got 13.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Towns, no good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Richardson, no luck.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Beal finds Towns. Count that bucket. Towns has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Oladipo, the pass to George. Shoots a fader. And he overshot that one, missing. Timberwolves trail by 8. Poked away. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th. And, of course, Hassan Whiteside.
But these guys are always around the hoop, always with a nose for the ball. A dominant season inside for both.
And here's Towns. He's got 11, and they pick up 2. 5 points in the game.
Carving out just enough space for mid-range. Good look.
Richardson kicks to Winslow. It's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. Here's Bates Diop. A putback, and it's Towns on the follow. Now just a 4-point Heat lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The pass to Richardson. Hands it from downtown. Richardson's got 7 points in the game.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Towns, the pass to Bates Diop. Outside Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away. It's stolen by Oladipo. From down in the low post, it goes. And it's a 9-point Heat lead.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now here's Wiggins. 15 points in the game. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside Towns, outside Holiday, and the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Oladipo outside for 3. The Heat keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Tries again, and Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Winslow. And the Heat lead by 11. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Minnesota. Outside Beal. George against Wiggins. Kicks it to Beal. To end the run. And it's good. 2 points. Towns has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Oladipo against Holiday. Outside, George. Pocket 6. The shot off that time. Wiggins with some nice D. Holiday finds Wiggins. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Miami leading by 9. Inside. Holiday against Oladipo. Richardson with it. 7 points in the game. Here's George. Offensive rebound. Nurkic goes back up. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Paul George. King comes in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Oladipo. Timberwolves trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bam Adebayo is checked in for Miami.
Bam Adebayo.
Brown against King. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Okogie. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Towns.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Here's Adebayo. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Adebayo's got 4 points in the quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Here's Jones. The Heat getting the bucket. Okogie, covered by Winslow to stop the run. He lays it in. He's got 6.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, and went right to the hole. Great decision-making there.
Wade on the wing. And oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Wade. Both free throws good from Wade. And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. No good from Valanciunas.
Well, he's put up zeros for an entire quarter. Not the way you try to get back into this ball game.
Wade kicks to Adebayo. Pass to Winslow. Here's King. Clock at 6. Shot on the wing. And, yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim. King's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just
just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
When you have a huge lead, it's easy to get sloppy on offense. They haven't fallen into that trap.
And so it's Miami with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Timberwolves trail by 18. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Green is out there with Noah. Then it's King. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Winslow in at the 3 slot. Minnesota shooting around 40% from the floor here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
At the line for Timberwolves, Troy Brown. At the line for 2. Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. Here's Wade. Outside, Green. Pass to Winslow. Six to shoot. Hits the front of the rim and out. Timberwolves trail by 16. Down low. Great D that time from Green.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Brown against King. Now here's Winslow. Defense right on him. And King, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Jones kicks to Brown. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. To the inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
When you have the size that Valanciunas has, there aren't many people getting in the way of your dunk.
King, the pass to Noah. Wade with it. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
The strength of Dwayne Wade when he gets inside, tough to handle without fouling him.
One shot.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Good play in the low block, and that one's good. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those are the plays where you see the strength of Valanciunas. The contact didn't bother him at all.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul of the evening. He needs to be careful now. Pick and choose where to be aggressive.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's the floater, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
He's been making plays like that his whole career. Wade is a master at working himself to the charity stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And he can't hit the second. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. 6 on the shot clock. From the high post. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Wade against Jones. To the middle. A shot, no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Here's Brown. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
The D gave him too good of a look right there. He rose up and knocked it down easily.
The drive by Wade. It's stolen by Jones. To the middle, Okogie. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
This is what your spacing is designed to do. Find cracks in the defense.
Wade finds Winslow. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
On defense, the Timberwolves. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Wade outside from beyond the arc. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Dwayne Wade has been working to improve that 3-point shot. He knows that's a key to aging gracefully.
Holiday, the pass to Wiggins. He kicks it to Beal. Shoots over King. Timberwolves keep it alive.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
Well, Heat leading by 17. Lets it go from 14. It's hauled in by Karl-Anthony Towns.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Back to Holiday. Down low. Here's Wiggins. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Still doing his part, but it hasn't been enough. They need some kind of spark.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Group in for the Heat. Nurkic checked in for Noah. Paul George comes in for Green. Richardson, he's checked in for King. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He told them one thing. He said, no mistakes from here on out. We've got a good lead. Don't take chances. No dumb fouls. Smart basketball the rest of the way. Guys.
And George gets it to go.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, second of the game.
And Holiday kicks to Wiggins. Valanciunas against Nurkic. Shot from the wing. Great D that time from Nurkic. Miami leading by 18. Feeds to Oladipo. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Wiggins drives in. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Beal against Richardson. Passes it to Oladipo. Now here's Richardson. He's guarded closely. And the dunk by Winslow.
We're going to see a lot of this from Winslow in the coming years. Explosive young talent.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Wiggins outside. Tipped away. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. No good off the back of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 20. Outside Holiday. Outside for Beal. Shoots over Winslow. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Oladipo against Holiday. A three-pointer, no good.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Shot clock at 5. From deep. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Miami leading by 18. Al Richardson. There's the pass to Winslow. The shot will not fall. Wiggins with some nice D.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Now here's Beal. And it's Miami with the rebound. Oladipo's got 5 rebounds tonight. We know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the rating?
Take a break. No, I did. Take a break. And I think now these players grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Timberwolves trail by 19. The open shot by Beal. Rebound by the Heat. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Richardson against Beal. At the elbow, it's Winslow. Dishes it to Oladipo. Wiggins against Winslow. Inside. Here's Nurkic. Banked in off the glass.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Minnesota shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. And Holiday kicks to Beal. To the paint. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Heat making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in.
One shot, find the lanes.
The free throw drops for Towns. The Heat leading by 18. Richardson finds Nurkic. Oladipo outside. George against Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Now here is George. He's tightly guarded. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. To the inside. Valanciunas. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Valanciunas has got 6 here in this quarter. Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Oladipo, the pass to Adebayo. The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here's Holiday. He dishes it to Wiggins. And here is Beal. Towns at the elbow. Kicks to Wiggins. Over George. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The Heat leading by 14. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Inside. Here's Nurkic. Makes it off the glass.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
And Holiday kicks to Towns. Wiggins outside. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Holiday against Oladipo. We've got 1:13 left in the game. This one for 3. He doesn't hit that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Heat.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Paul George.
Boy, it was amazing the level of chaos he caused. Challenging ball handlers, getting into passing lanes, racking up a number of steals that helped demoralize his opponent.
Hits got that one from Nurkic.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And here are the Heat now. Oladipo with the ball. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Victor, you guys have been pushing the tempo, looking to get out and run. And it's working. Has that been a focus of late?
We figured out that we got to play fast and we got to play high tempo no matter what happens, and we got to stay together. So we got to just continue to keep working.
Well, you certainly hit them first tonight, Victor. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.